ladies. Right, I did say that I was going to do a tutorial, and that's what I'm going to do. Now, I know that I've had a lot of comments about the fan that I made, so instead of doing what I was going to do, I'll do that later on. I'm going to show you how to make the fan. And, I mean, just ignore the pattern because I've only just whizzed something on this one. But this is one of the fans. Now, I've done it at a larger scale to show you how to do it. And as you can see, it's got a lovely tassel, some beads that's done on a wire, and a little brad, and the little fans. Now, what you can do with these, either do a nice fancy picture yourself or a pattern or whatever, but I would, if you're going to use them in a journal, is to write little sentiments on them. So that when people take them out of wall or whatever, I mean, you could put a hook in the back and hook them onto your page. Excuse me. So what they could do is have little sentiments on, and somebody can tap that out and read it. And I think it's really, really cute. Look. So that's what I'm going to show you how to make, and it's really simple. But you do need some tools, so hopefully I want to get all this in one video. You're going to need some form of pliers to cut your wire. The pad, look, see, I do use it. Let's add all the brads on, because you're going to have to paste something. There's my pasting tool. I've got two sets of pliers. I've a pointed one because they're rounded, and the wire easily bends round and you get a nice circle, and then those pliers to close it up. So like some cutting ones as well. Oh God, my throat's smart out today. Couple of beads, a needle, bit of wire that's really flexible, one brad, and some threads. Now remember, I am showing you in a larger scale, and then you're going to need at least 8 cutout shapes. Now all I've done is just folded the paper till I've got 8 and cut the shape out. It's just like a leaf or a petal, and that's all you need. So then what you're going to do is you need to take your let's get started. Take your papers, put them on your mat, and give them a little hole. Really simple, really quick, and really easy. I won't do 2 at a time in case I rip them. I need to be really careful. Oh, excuse me, dearie me. And then once you've done that, put your sentiments on first, decorate them how you want, and just put them to one side. Doesn't matter about them bending. Now you need to take your string, your thread, you need to fold it in half, like that, hook it round your finger, and then pull it off. And just take one of the strings out. You only want one. Okay? And what you need to do, once you've got your thread like that, see where you want to put, wrap it round, and wrap it round once, twice, 3 times, not bothered, doesn't matter. And then you need to tie it. Excuse me, ladies. Anyway, so you need to tie it in a knot, and I'm doing a double knot. I'm doing it twice, and sorry, I have to use my teeth because I've only got one pair of hands. But there you go. Once you've done that, that's what you'll have. And you take hold of one of the threads that you've just tied. You know, the thread that you've just tied. Thread it on your needle, and then poke it back through the middle, through the top end of the thread, the loop you've just made, through the knot, and pull it. Take the other one and do exactly the same. And all that is to make sure that it fits in with the bit that's dangling. Oops, I haven't pulled mine through properly. Don't know that I'm coming down with a cold. Right, so once you've done that, that's what you'll have. Okay? Then you need to take your wire and you need to thread that through. Just thread it through. You should be able to get it all the way through, so it's hanging like that. Oh, excuse me, ladies. Once you've done that, get it in the middle, bend your wire up so you've got that. Okay, so you've got that. Use your finger and thumb, hold this tight and twist, and just twist it 2 or 3 times. Now it has to be a tight twist, so what you can do is hold it in one hand and twist it with your pliers in the other, so you've got a nice tight twist, because that's what your beads are going to sit on. So keep going to get as long as you want it. I'm only going to do mine about that. Then next what you've got to do is to chop one of them off. Just chop it off. Make sure you only do one, and that leaves you with a certain amount left, like that. So you've got that now. Let me see if you can get that. Oops. Right. When you've got that, then you need to gauge it from the top of the twist. You only need a little hook putting in it. So I'm only going to do mine about there. Then I'll use these pliers because they're rounded. I don't know if you can see that. They make a nice hole. You know, like that. Just twist it round so you've got a little hook. Like that. Okay? So I've got that. And you do well to put your beads on first. Never mind, never mind, never mind. Undo it, thread your beads on if you've done what I've just done. There you go. Actually, mine's quite a bit long, so I'm just going to undo it and snip that one off. Snip the shorter one off. Okay. I need to snip that one as well because I don't want it too long. I only want a small eye in it. Wrap it round. Like that. You only need it like that. That's all you need, just to make a small eye in it. Like that. Just big enough for your brad to go through. I mean, I could have done that a little bit shorter because they do move, but I'm only showing you, so practice. Honest to God, you'll like these. When you've done that, take your brad. What are we on? 7. Right, I'm going to have to rush now. You need to thread on, make sure these are all ready, 4 of the fan bits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then add your beaded tassel. Then add the other 4. Like that. Just thread them on. Okay, and then split the brad. And if they're too long, your brads, all you need to do is trim them off. Just trim them off, that's all I do. But for now, I'm just going to leave mine. So you've got that. Right, that's your brad split at the back. And just trim the tassel to the length you want. So I'm just going to trim mine to about there. Chop that off. And open your fan up, and if you've got your sentiments on, you've got a lovely little fan, which you can use in a mini. So there you go. That's my 2. But easy. Very, very simple. Very simple. And all you do is scale them down to size. Just scale them down. But I think they're quite cute. Imagine some little sentiments on there. Even if you've got tiny pictures. Some others have got tiny pictures. Put them on. Yeah, and then you could somehow somehow fix them if you can fix them onto the back of the brad, and fix yourself a little hook or something and put them in and add them to your journals or your books or your cards or whatever. You could use whatever thread you want. You don't have to use sewing thread. That's all I've used. I think they look really cute, don't you? Can't really see mine because I've not used pattern paper. That's a little bit better, I think. Look, just put love hearts on mine and dots just to show you what it's like. So there you go. Nice easy